because imagine us getting to that amount of deaths. In Italy, they had to turn people away from healthcare services, and that's a sure death for certain people. And we don't want that situation in California. So our first step, as I mentioned, is to contain this. The next step is to deal with the financial impacts. We want to keep people alive, and that's right now our primary goal and motivation. We will work very hard to limit the financial impacts on Californians. We're working on that right now. But that, like I said, we are working on it, but our first priority is to make sure we're prepared for a very large increase. We're having a hard time having people stay at home in California. That's a big problem. And we can probably in the future calculate what impact this is going to have based on the increase of the virus as a result of people not staying home. And I don't want to think about what that can become. That's why it's important that through every resource we send a message to people, please do everything in your power to stay home, limit the times you have to go to the supermarket or anywhere else, plan accordingly to prevent from having to go out to the community, because every time people go out, it risks transmitting this disease further.
We had actually an interview last week with people from Florence and also from Milan, and it was interesting to hear what they had to say about what they were experiencing, and we're going to be checking back with them every week. But one of the things is that one of the interviews was a gentleman. It was an attorney that has offices around the world, and one thing he did say is what you said. People were not listening; they were going out doing what they wanted to do. They weren't taking it serious.
And unfortunately, that will only make it more difficult on them and everyone else.
Right.
And I appreciate you doing the show and helping us get the word out. And we're going to continue working to provide this information. But I also want people to know that they can contact my office for more information. We are working to inform people. If anybody has any questions or needs anything in particular, we're organizing a list of providers of different resources that people may need. And in that event, my number can be found online, Senator Ben Hueso. But in case anyone has a pen and pencil handy, that number is 619-409-7690. 619-409-7690.
And what's a good website?
Website, if they just enter Senator Ben Hueso, that will immediately pop up my State of California Senate website.
There was one more question somebody had, Krista.
Yeah, Senator. So basically, it's more of maybe a recommendation. There's a stay-at-home order, and basically, it's unless you're an essential, personnel to obviously to provide the medical services necessary. However, I'm just curious to know your thoughts for employers where the employees do have the ability 100% to work from home and provide the services to the customers, specifically like law or accounting services. And the employer is actually saying you can go home, but if you do, you cannot work from home, nor can you be compensated. I'm just wondering if you have any recommendations for those employees.
I encourage them to call my office. Anything regarding that, it would be sad if that is the case. But again, if an employer requires their employees to go to work, that is basically against the governor's order. That is currently against the law. And any person that is violating the order is subject to a misdemeanor. And that's a very serious offense.
Yeah.
And so in any case that is happening, we have resources at the state are ready to help defend people through my office, through the Attorney General's office, and also through the County of San Diego, who also is kind of the pass-through of a lot of state services. So we don't we don't. I mean, a lot of few people feel afraid of taking action, but many times, if they're properly informed and they know how to deal with their employer in the right way, we could probably help them do that to make sure that everyone is participating with this order and everybody is following the rules.
Okay. Thank you very much for that information, Senator. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you always being so accessible and having an open door policy, even though as busy as you are with being a partner of the show. We have nothing but the most admiration and love for everything you do and you. We consider you a friend, and I appreciate you, Senator Hueso. Thank you for everything that you're doing, and thank you for being on our show, IQ Podcast.
Thank you, Brett, and thank you for helping us spread the good word here about how to keep people safe. And again, every now and then, if you could kind of share telephone numbers about the different government agencies that could help, including my office, feel free to share my number with people in the community about getting the right information so that everybody can participate in this effort. Thank you very much for everything you do, Brett.
Absolutely. We're there for you at any time. You know that.
Okay.
Any time or day.
All right.
Thank you so much, Senator.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
That was Senator Ben Hueso here with Brett Davis Unleashed, and I'll tell you, he gave us a lot of very valuable information. Don't you all agree?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So what did you take from what Senator Hueso had to say, Krista, on just an overall generalization?
You know, it just... I mean, I kind of already gained more of a perspective about a week ago or so of what was really happening, you know, because part of me was in that like, oh, you know, there's not going to be anything to really worry about. But then it really kind of came down to it. It's kind of like, you know, yeah, sure, if I get the virus, I might not die from it, but I'm 2 to 3 degrees away from somebody that will. And like the senator was saying, I mean, that death is on my conscience now, and I don't want that. And if it allows, you know, by me staying home and limiting my social activity and obviously respecting our social distancing now, it's like, it's kind of weird because I don't get to hug anybody and shake hands, and I'm definitely a touchy-feely person, but that's okay. You know, I'll get through it, but you know, it's a means to an end. It's a means to an end. But yeah, it just kind of put even more in perspective, like how serious this is. I mean, 600 people a day dying in Italy right now because they were not following the guidelines and following the orders that were given. It's like, I know we're social people, but at the same time, it's like let's take care of each other, please.
Personally, I still get phone calls about people saying this is no big deal, that it's people are overreacting on a regular basis.
You mean like the young group that went to Florida, to Miami? Was it Miami?
Yep.
I don't know. I heard they're still like in was it New Orleans or Florida or something, like spring break. The college kids are still down there. 2 bars are still open, and they're just all packed in there like sardines.
So I don't understand why their government is not taking a stronger stance like the state of California is, or New York.
It's the bar owners. Can you hear me okay? It's the bar owners that need to be, what do you call it?
There you go.
The bar owners that need to be reprimanded.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think it all starts with local leadership and state leadership, and that has to be enforced with more of a. I mean, there's
that's why we need the National Guard. See, if the National Guard were there, they close down the bars. You know, they send everybody home.
When you say that, a lot of people get freaked out because they feel like. I personally think we're going to have a lockdown of some type for a period of time. I don't know what it will be. I think maybe something like a martial law. It might be a little bit different, but similar, I think. And I'll be honest, if it's going to get rid of what's going on, this COVID-19 is what it's called. Everybody's calling it Corona or whatever. I don't like that. I don't even want to. You know what?
It's not a drink.
Yeah.
I almost feel like giving it, not even giving it a name, because to me it doesn't even deserve that.
Right.
And
well, Trump calls it the invisible killer.
I like that better. I think.
Yeah, it's actually not.
Actually,
I'm sure he didn't come up with. Oh no, wait. Is this political? Not political? I don't even know. But
not political, but you know, he did call it the invisible killer, which makes sense because it is.
It is.
So I think it's been a good show, considering the challenges that we're going through. Everybody out there, continue to go to our website. What is the website, by the way? What is it? Do we have a website?
We do have a work website. It's coming soon, Brett. We just need to apply it on Google. But for now, we can use the talkwithbrett.net.
Okay, so it's talk because there's so much going on. We have things building and changing through all this whole thing, and we're just as adaptable as anybody else. We're going through changes all the time, but we're going to be posting things that you should do during this time, how to make your own hand sanitizer, to finding ways to train at home. What else? You just want to say something?
Yeah, I actually saw this funny post on Facebook that I wanted to share, and this is exactly how I feel. It's, can y'all please just follow the government's instructions so we can knock this COVID-19 out and be done? I feel like a kindergarten that keeps losing more recess time because one or two kids can't follow directions. And that's what just Senator Hueso told us right now. That's exactly what's happening.
That is so true. That is so true. Just, and also for the listeners out there, Brett still has his radio show, Talk with Brett, on FM 96.1 and AM 1170 on Saturdays at 4 o'clock. So,
but if they miss that, they can go on the website and catch past shows.
Yes, on the website. Again, that's talkwithbrett.net.
So we have to also update a lot of past shows. Are we going to be able to do that, you think?
Yeah.
Daniel? Okay. That's our brain off to the side there. That's Daniel the brain.
Yes, and by iqpodcast.com is going to be coming in next week, so tune in, guys.
We're going to also provide how to get through this on a daily basis. We're going to have things that maybe involve keeping your kids busy while they're home, workout for the day. If you're doing a workout for the day or you have ideas of things you're doing in your household, we want to hear your stories. And you can get a hold of us at www.talkwithbrett.net.
Perfect.
It's been a great show. Thank you, Krista, Crystal, Sarah, Daniel.
Pleasure, Brett.
It's great having everybody here. And I'd like to also thank Senator Ben Hueso for taking time out of his busy schedule. We need to listen to what the governor, Newsom, is saying, and we need to listen to what Senator Hueso is saying. We need to really nip this thing in the bud and stay home. Don't go outside unless you need to. And thank you for Attorney King. We are coming from Attorney King Studios. We appreciate his support and everything he does for us. Thank you, King. Look forward to talking with you soon. And also Indian Motorcycle, Tim, thank you so much for being a partner and everything that you do. You're an amazing partner, and look forward to riding a motorcycle once this is all done. And we're still going to do pet adoptions, though. We're going to still be working behind the scenes, Tim. So just to know that we're not forgetting about that. People need their pets. Okay?
Now more than ever.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much. And why don't we mention the Cosmopolitan Hotel and Restaurant? I apologize. It's so much going on. I wish them the very best. Chuck Ross, thank you so much for everything you do. And there's just so much going on. I can't even imagine what you're going through at the Cosmo, but I'm sure you guys are still providing foods. We're going to get that information to see what you're doing as far as meals and things like that with the Cosmopolitan. You guys are great community partners, and we wish you the best and look forward to hearing from you soon. Again, Cosmopolitan Hotel and Restaurant.
And Casa del Reyes.
Of course. And then we're going to be talking about his new operation in Oceanside.
In Oceanside.
What is that, Mexican, Greek?
It's actually French-Mexican.
Oh, okay. French-Mexican. Where did I get the Greek from?
I know.
Maybe I'm hungry.
So we'll get more information with that. So
everybody, God bless. Take care of your families, and remember, do the best you can during this time, and find ways to stay engaged. Send us ideas.
Support each other.
Support each other. Be nice to each other.
And take care of each other.
Okay, you heard it. Everybody, God bless, and thank you.